Hello, it's time. It's time for the Halloween franchise. I've been waiting for this. Okay, I'm going to review all of these. And as everybody knows, when I review things, I'm basically just chatting about them. But I'm drinking Java Mama Pumpkin Spice Cheesecake. Awesome. It is available until the end of November, and it is JavaMama, MOMMA.com/Kelly's Java. That's KELLIS Java. I will put the link in the show notes down in the description. It's still hot. It is very good. Okay, what I'm going to talk about, how do I do this? I am going to start with the original Halloween. I really like this because it comes with a little booklet, which is really cool. So, I'm going to start with the original Halloween. And I'm going to tell you right now, this one's my favorite. Of course, I'm going to go through and rank them. This one gets 5 coffee cups. I saw it when I was 9 years old. It came on HBO when HBO was all new. The movie was all new. My mom wanted me to watch it with her. And at first I started watching it and then I started freaking out. I can't watch it, because it was late at night and I was getting freaked. And it hadn't even started yet. And then came the music and then I'm like, oh. And then I went in the bedroom and Mom's like, you got to come out and watch this with me. Well, she didn't say it like that, but she's like, come on, Kelly, it's starting. I'm like, and that music sounds so freaky. It sounds so freaky. And there's a guy in a mask and he's walking around. The thing I liked about this was the first one and the number one, and I remember this as a kid, you didn't really get a full look at the mask until at least halfway through or over halfway through, because it was the part where he killed Linda. He picked up the phone and that's when you really saw the mask. So I like how John Carpenter kept the mask in suspense. Like you couldn't really see it right away. And then each scene you would see it a little more and a little more and a little more. And I really like that. I really did. I really love this set because this one's got commentary. It's got 2 discs. And the first one, they both have the movie. The first disc has the commentary with Jamie Lee Curtis and John Carpenter. And it's new when this was, I'm trying to remember when I got this. Because I got it brand new on Amazon, the whole set. And it's been quite a few years ago, but it's really nice to hear them two talk while they're watching it, because they will talk about like the scenes and where, you know, it highly recommended to watch it with the commentary on with Jamie Lee and John Carpenter. This is my number 1 all-time favorite horror movie ever. This gets 5 coffee cups, or cups of coffee. Number 2, very good. My second favorite. This came out in 1981, quite a few years after Halloween. Jamie Lee Curtis had short hair. She wore a wig in this. And there is a part where they're trying to give her a shot in the arm when she's in the hospital. You can see the wig separate from her head, but you got to really be watching for it. But I loved this one. I love that both of these took place on the exact same night. The only thing I didn't like about this, I saw this when I was like, I don't know, maybe 11 or 12. I think it was 11. I was 11 when it came out. And of course, HBO again. But I remember watching it thinking, wait a minute. She can't be his, I'm a kid, okay. She can't be his sister. She wasn't his sister in the first one. And then I'm thinking that I did not like that. I did not like that they said they were related. I'm like, when did that come up? Because in this one, the only reason he started watching her and following her is because she had the keys to his house. And he was inside the house at the very beginning, and she came up with Tommy and said, I'm going to put the key, I got to put the key on the mat. And Tommy's like, don't go up there. That's a spook house. And she goes, just watch. And I remember as a little kid seeing that. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's going to get killed. She's going to get killed. So that's why he started following her. It wasn't because she was his sister. It just, I don't know. That's what threw me about the whole thing. I did not like that. But I did like the sequel, and this is my second one. These two were awesome. These two get 5 cups of coffee, both of them. I liked them both. They were both that good. I do like this one a little bit better just because it had, I mean, they both had suspense, but this one to me seemed like it was more like it could really happen. Except for the end where it gets up and walks away. Other than that, it reminds me of something that really could happen. This one, it got kind of strange with all of the different ways they were killing people, and then he ended up burning and was still walking while he was on fire. And then he comes through and just walks through the glass. I'm like, all right, no. And I don't like, you know, it just had parts in it where you're like, okay, that's a little too much. But, so I would probably say 4.5 cups of coffee to this 5. But it's close to 5. So I don't really want to give them both 5. I could. I'll just give them both 5. Why not? I love them both. I will watch both of them. I had a bucket on my bucket list a couple years ago. I actually saw both of these in the theater. I love that they brought those back. Okay, so that is Halloween and Halloween 2. Okay. I'm trying to kind of get them back in there, but I'll take this one out. Okay, here we go with Halloween 3. This, right now, I'm going to tell you this right now. I did not watch this ever until I bought this set because I heard it was terrible. When it first came out years ago, I'm like, I want to go see it, Michael Myers. And they're like, Michael Myers isn't even in it. That is a cool design. I believe they could have done more with the story. I think that they should have just named it Season of the Witch. It should not have been called Halloween 3. I know people went into the theater to see it thinking it was a Michael Myers movie. And it's like, where's Michael Myers? What is this? And I think they thought they were in the wrong movie. I think. This doesn't even deserve 1 cup of coffee, in my opinion. It doesn't. Maybe a half a cup, if that. I got to give it 1. I can't give none. I can't give half. I guess I could, but I would probably give this maybe 1 cup just because they tried. And the reason why, when I saw it, and like I said, I didn't see it till years later, until I bought this set, and I watched it once, and that was enough. It reminded me of a bad B movie. If everybody knows what a B movie is, I'm sorry if everybody liked it. I did not. It did not go with the franchise. You could take it out of the franchise, and the franchise would still be the same, you know. But I heard that they were supposed to start an anthology, is that the word with this? Which would have been good. And the ending, I'm like, that's how it's going to end? I thought, and then I heard that they were supposed to make it an anthology. They were supposed to do another one. And then I'm like, well, they should have just named it all Season of the Witch. That's really what they should do. I mean, in my opinion. Okay. Here we go with Halloween 4. I had high expectations of this. Here it is. After I graduated high school, Michael's back. Michael's back. It's going to be wonderful. Of course, high expectations. It was okay. I will say, out of the Thorn trilogy 4, 5, and 6, this one is the best one. I would probably give this, if I had to, I would say, I would probably give this 3 cups of coffee. It wasn't a bad movie. It just, if you look at the cover of this, and I'm not even sure, it might be the house that they live in now, but this reminds me of the house he stood outside when Annie was babysitting. And that's just what it looks like. So when you look at it, it's like you're going back into that same movie. Here we find out Jamie Lee Curtis has a baby girl and leaves and takes off. Somewhere. Gets in a car wreck, I think. But we're not told much else about it. Hold on a second. What are you guys doing? I got to... Come on, Smokies. I gotta make sure my kids aren't getting into mischief for Halloween. Okay. But... and then if you watch this one, this has an updated, I think they all have an updated making of and the making of and Horror's Hallowed Grounds, which I love to watch. Matter of fact, I would like to watch that tonight because they have all of those on there with Sean Clark, and it's so cool to see where all of these were filmed and all of the the things that there were. Anyway, long story short, not the same people. I did like Danielle Harris in it, and I did like the people in it. The people in it were good. The actors were good. Didn't bother me a bit. But, so I will give this 3 cups of coffee. But, here we go with the one after it. Halloween 5. This one would probably get 1 cup of coffee, just like Season of the Witch. I don't know which one is worse. And the reason I say that, I do like the fact that Michael Myers is in it. But what we're seeing here, that's not even the same mask. I don't think they hit. This was the worst mask, I think. But what we're seeing here is a movie that shouldn't even have been in the franchise. Again, you take this movie out, the franchise is still there. It doesn't, it didn't do anything. This was no good. It did not belong in the franchise. It never made anything go forward. It was just like number 4, except they changed the main character that was supposed to be a loud, obnoxious, annoying girl instead of the normal, nice, reserved final girl in this one. And if you haven't seen this one, spoiler ahead, what happens to her in this? They offer and then bring in this annoying chick. And I'm like, who is this and why are they doing this? And what's the deal with having sex in a barn? And are they trying to copy off Friday the 13th, part 3? I mean, seriously, this did not belong in the franchise at all. I do want to give props, though, to the guy that played Michael Myers in this. Because he was a stunt guy. He was cool. I liked him. He actually goes through with Sean Clark on the making of this. And he was the one guy that played Michael Myers that went through the whole thing and talked about it. And I really like him. So that was the only thing that was good in this movie. Danielle Harris didn't even speak for almost the whole entire thing. Maybe toward the end. I don't. This pitch it. And I don't watch that one. Just like number 3, I would watch 4, and I would even watch this one. This is Halloween 6. There are 2 versions of this, and I do recommend if you watch this one. Oh, yeah, I said number 5 got 1 cup of coffee. I would give this one 2. I like 4 better, so 4 has 3, but this one, I'm going to forget. I should write down because there's so many. This has 2 discs, and one of them is the producer's cut, and that was the one I would recommend watching. It makes more sense. There's a lot in it that they cut out. Matter of fact, maybe I'll watch that tonight. But there's a lot in it that they cut out that I thought should have, when you watch this, it seems like there's a lot missing. But I do like the theatrical cut. I like them both. I'm not saying that that is the perfect movie because it's not. I said I only give it 2 cups of coffee. It got more into the cult thing, but I did like Paul Rudd in it. I thought that he was good as Tommy Doyle. What else can you say about it? The one thing I loved is that they played Brother Kane music in it, which is my favorite. Singer Damon Johnson rocks and is now touring. Brother Kane just got back together and they're touring. So my little plug on Brother Kane. But I love that. The best music probably, except for John Carpenter's music, definitely. But best, I guess I should say soundtrack. Besides Don't Fear the Reaper, which I love. But I don't think this story was really necessary as much. I could see 4 because it was the return of Michael Myers. After this, they did not ever do another movie about the Thorn. They call it the Thorn trilogy. Well, the Thorn, you know, the whole thing with the cult he was in. I did not like any of that. I really didn't. I thought it's like, okay, wait a minute here. This was a kid that killed his sister and then grew up and was in a mental hospital. What are we putting him in a cult for? Who is this doctor that's putting him in a cult? Why are we doing this? Who wrote this and why are we even going with this? Because number 5 ended really funny because somebody broke him out. And I remember one number, and then it took a few years before this one came out. And I'm like, I want to know who broke him out. I want to know what happened. And you see somebody walking around with black shoes with a little point on the end. I want to know who that is. And then when they came out with 6, it's like, oh, The Curse of Michael Myers. Okay. That's what it was. So there were parts, it had its moments with the Strode family. It had its moments with the Strode family. It had its moments with Paul Rudd. I know a lot of people hated it. I didn't hate it. I thought it was better than 5, but not as good as 4. So this gets 2 cups of coffee. Giving it my cups of coffee here. Now we have 20 years later, H2O. I like this one. I think it's awesome. I think it's next to... Now, I'm going to rank all of these, but right now in this order, before talking about any of the others, I haven't talked about any of the others, but if I'm just talking about the ones right now, this is this is after Halloween 2, as far as my favorites. But not anymore. But so far, I'm talking, this is awesome. I would give this I would probably give this 4 cups. I thought it was awesome. I love the fact that how it ended, and I love the fact that they already had in mind for the next one. I thought that was very clever. I thought it was a very clever ending. I loved the scene between Michael Myers and Jamie Lee Curtis that was under the table, you know, going through where the tables were. I thought they had really good scenes together. I just thought it was a good movie. This one is recommended. I would give this 3. If I can give it 3.5, I'd probably give it 3.5 cups. Because I got Halloween 2 is 4, and this wasn't as good as 4. I like the fact that Janet Leigh showed up with the car from Psycho. And I just thought it was very good. Very good movie. This is good with the commentary on it, too, because it's director Steve Miner, who directed Friday the 13th. 2 and 3. And it's funny because the hockey mask makes an appearance at the beginning of this with Gordon Joseph Levitt. I forget who the other kid was. There were 2 kids at the beginning. Awesome. Very good movie. Very good one. I would give this probably 3.5, just under Halloween 2. Okay, here we go. The next one was Halloween Resurrection. A lot of people didn't like this. I would give this 2 cups. I would give this 2 cups because I would say 2.5 maybe. I would put it a half mark above 6. And the reason why is because it was entertaining. It was just one of those that was entertaining. It's not one of those that you say, this is terrible. I cannot believe they did this to Michael Myers. They put Busta Rhymes in there. I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was funny. I thought Busta Rhymes was funny. This is the same director that directed Halloween 2, Rick Rosenthal. And I did not think this was bad. I hated the beginning. I like the beginning where it's got one of the inmates talking about serial killers. That was cool. But then I hated it with Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael Myers. I'm like, are you kidding me? No, don't do this again like they did it in Halloween 4. I already knew what was going to happen because some idiot at work told me. I'm like, well, thanks for ruining that. I'm going to go see it, and I already know what happens. So, if you haven't seen it, I think everybody knows. But it's really not a bad movie. I would watch it. I would watch it again. I'd watch this one, H2O. I would watch this before any of the Thorn series. I would watch it. Well, maybe 4. I would watch Halloween 4, probably. Because that gets 3 cups of coffee, and this one would get 2.5. So, it's, you know, I know a lot of people don't like it, though. Now, this is the digital age, the reality TV age. They make a reality show inside the Myers house. And people are inside the Myers house. And they're making it a reality show to see if they can survive. But it's all supposed to be fun and games. But guess what? Michael's in there and they don't know it. I think that's pretty cool. I think the guy from American Pie is in this. One of the guys from American Pie. I cannot think of his name. And then Sean Patrick Thomas. It's got Tyra Banks. It's got a good cast. And the guy that played, the guy that was in American Pie, I think I'm pretty sure is in this. I can't think of his name right now. It's not Stifler. I can't even think of his name in American Pie. It's not Stifler. It's the other guy. The guy that was with Tara Reid. That one. I can't think of his name. Okay. Here we go. Then we come up. Let's remake a classic masterpiece. Why do we have to remake it, Rob Zombie? Why do we have to? Okay. I will watch this. I've watched it more than once. This one is probably right up there, and I would probably, let me see, I gave Resurrection 2 cups, 2.5 cups. I'd probably have to put this with Resurrection as probably 2.5 cups, maybe 2 cups. One of the things I loved about it is he had some good actors. It had its moments. I would probably say I didn't like the fact that there was a lot of nudity in it, because it's like, come on, Rob Zombie, this is not what John Carpenter was about as much. I mean, there's some nudity, but with him, it's like there's nudity in just about every scene almost, but maybe not every scene. I like the fact that there was a paw. I like the fact that they showed the actual, when he killed, they made it a white trash family, which I didn't like, but I know it's Rob Zombie's, you know. I mean, it's not a bad movie. It's not as good as the original. That's why I'm only giving it 2.5 cups right there with the Resurrection. But for different, they're not the same movie. Like, I love the fact that they had a good guy playing Loomis, who was Malcolm McDowell, which I thought was awesome. He had a good cast. Brad Dourif as Brackett. And then Danielle Harris as Annie. And all of them, but of course she's topless and running out of the house. And I did think it was a good scene where she went to run out of the house and he grabbed her and put her inside and closed the door. It reminded me of Chainsaw Massacre, but she's topless and it's like she has to be topless or something. I don't know. Other than that, like I said, the actors did well. All of the girls did good acting. I would watch it again, but it's not the top of my list. I don't know why they had to remake it, but they did. And I do love the fact that they made it look like an actual newscast when he kills, not only does he kill his sister, he kills her sister's boyfriend, and he kills the guy that's supposed to be like the stepfather dude. So he kills them, and then his mom's a stripper. She's out stripping at the Red Rabbit. I think that's what it's called. So he, but after that is over, part where he kills everybody, it actually looks like an actual newscast. And I thought they did excellent with that scene. I mean, it does. It looks like you're actually watching the news and they're reporting a murder in this, or triple murder in this house. And it was very good. That was very good. And then it showed him in the mental institution talking to the doctor, but Michael Myers never talked. He was like really like quiet through the whole thing. But I mean, no, like I said, it was okay. I don't want to talk too much about this one. This one was absolutely hideous. I don't care. This made no sense. Why is this even in the franchise? Again, nothing like Halloween 2 at all. So stupid. All the characters were totally different. All the characters were different. I mean, what's his name? Loomis wasn't even in with the rest of the cast. He was all by himself having book signings. I'm like, what is this? No. Terrible. Do not see. This is right up there as the worst for me with 5 and number 3. I think this is worse than them. This is like absolutely worse. I think I would watch 5 and 3 again before I'd watch this piece of crap. If anybody's seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But one thing, if in this set, which I like, they have a complete bonus disc. So they got this movie, and then they got this complete bonus disc. And I like it because the bonus disc has all kinds of stuff on it, but it does not say. I think it's got like the Horrors Hallowed Grounds. It's got a bus tour going through the spots, the areas where they filmed it. I really like it, but it's that's the best thing, is that I do not like the fact that they had him They had the sister. Her is the sister again. And I don't like anybody in this movie. They all suck. All of them. Annie lived from the first one, and she's in it with her. And Laura's just a bitch, in my opinion. She's just terrible. And it's like, okay, whatever. Just end this now. I would rather get a root canal than sit through this thing again. It was horrible. That one is freaking worse. Okay, since I would probably give it maybe half a cup. I would probably give it, actually, I'd give it no cups. I'm not giving it any cups. Put it that way. I'll give 3 and 5 1. Well, I'll give 5 half a cup. I'll give 3 and 5 1. How about that? Okay, we'll call it the truce there. Okay, I'm gonna put these back in, and I'm gonna get to some more. Here we go. Halloween. Loved it. Loved it. I cannot brag most about this, but this is 2018. Awesome movie. Awesome movie. Now, this one I would put right after the original Halloween 2 as I'm ranking them. It takes place after the first Halloween. Downside of this one, it had the worst beginning of the 3 of the new trilogy. Worst beginning of all 3 of them. Love the end of it. Love the end of it. But I really did not like the beginning at all. I'm like, what was that? And then the whole music starts. I like the pumpkin coming up and blowing back up. But this one, highly recommended. I liked it. If you've only seen it once, I recommend watching it again. I thought it was good. The only part I didn't like is when what the stupid doctor did to the cop. And then putting Jamie Lee's granddaughter in the car with Michael Myers. Who does that? I'm like, wait a minute here. This is so screwed up, this part. And then I'm thinking, and I saw this on opening day in the theater because I was waiting for it. And I'm thinking, now it's getting stupid. Do not disappoint me. I love the end of it, and I thought that's where it was going to stop. Duh, I should have known better. This one, I'm going to give this one 4 cups, just like Halloween 2. It's right behind Halloween 2. But since Halloween gets 5, Halloween 2, and this one, I'm going to give 4. This is how I do my rating. The next one was Halloween Kills. I saw this the night it came out on Peacock. And I'm going to tell you what, I thought the beginning rocked. This had the best beginning of the 3, in my opinion. It went back to the original first one, showing where he went after he walked away from Loomis shooting him, falling off the balcony. And it showed it right after that, and I thought it was awesome. Awesome ending, awesome beginning. Good movie. I don't care. I don't know why people hated it so much. I wish they would have gotten the original Tommy Doyle. It's the only thing I didn't like. But I thought the movie was awesome. I didn't like the fact that some of the people got killed in it. And some didn't. Well, not some didn't. But there were some people that got killed in it, I thought. But it's called Halloween Kills for a reason. Everybody had a fit about the scene in the hospital, but I understand why the writers did that. They had to get most of the town to that hospital because they thought Michael Myers was there. When Michael Myers, spoiler alert, was not at the hospital. He was out killing. So here's most of the towns at this hospital rioting when he's out here killing people and they don't know it. That's why they did it that way. That's why the writers did it that way. And to me, I'm thinking, good idea on the writers for doing it that way. Otherwise, everybody would be tracking down Michael Myers in town at his old house where the couple guys lived. Thought they were great. And there was nothing wrong with this movie, I didn't think. I thought it was freaking awesome. I didn't like the end of it, but again, it's not the ending. And a lot of people were upset at the end. I did like the fact that they did the almost the mirrored shots from Psycho with her death at the end of this one. Not Jamie Lee. I don't want to give away who it was, but I'm sure you've seen it. I liked it. I really did. This is close to this one, and I would, let me see, I give this one 4. I would probably give this one close to 4. I would give this one 4 too. I give them both 4. Like Halloween 2. I thought they were both awesome. I mean, if I had to pick one was better than the other one, I don't know. I mean, I like the end. I love the beginning. I don't know. It's a toss-up. I love them both. Okay. This is the problem I have with this one. They made Halloween Kills. And if you've seen the actual version, that not the theatrical release, but the extended version, they end it perfectly. These two take place in the same night, just like Halloween 1 and 2 did, which I love. Originally, I think what they were going to do is have Halloween Ends the same night. I think they were all three going to go in the same night. Because if you watch the extended version of this, if they would have left it the original, what they wanted to do, Jamie Lee Curtis was walking out of the hospital with the knife. It had the exact same ending as this one did. It had the close-up of the knife where she was holding the knife in this one, the girl was, and then Jamie Lee was holding it in this one, walking out. And she said, "I'm coming, Michael." And I'm like, yes. Why didn't they have that ending in there? Well, we find out they changed it because they took this and went up a few years later after COVID, and I don't like that they did that. If they would have kept this in line with these two, it would have been awesome, but they didn't, right? They didn't. Awesome ending. Now, this one had an awesome beginning and an awesome ending. Both. I like both. But as far as all three of them, this one didn't do it for me. I'm not saying it was a terrible movie. I liked it better than any of the Thorn series, Thorn trilogy. And I liked it better than 3. I liked it better than Halloween, Zombies, Halloween 2. But I liked H2O better than this. And I gave H2O 3 stars, or 3 cups. This one will get 2. This one's got to get 2. And it's not the fact that I didn't like it. I will watch it. It's just the fact that they should have done what they originally were going to do. I love the fact that Jamie Lee is on her own, feeling better. But I just didn't get... They should have came through better with the motive of the girl. I can't think of her name. Allison? I know she was going through a dark time because she lost her mom. She lost her dad. She lost her boyfriend. Just think of all of what she's lost. So she's going to go through some hard times. But she's working in a hospital. She's doing good on herself. But I wish that they would have came through with her troubles more. You know, I didn't understand why she was so crazy about this guy. And the only thing I thought it was because he resembled her boyfriend that got killed. And that's what I thought. I wonder if that's why she likes him so much. But they never did say that. I don't know. It was one that I liked it in parts. It had its moments. It had some Christine vibes. And I liked the end of it. Thought the end rocked. I thought the beginning was great. Because the beginning, you're like, oh boy, what's this going to be? What's this going to be? What's going to happen? And then the ending was good too. But I understand Michael Myers is getting old. He can't go on. So I get that whole thing. Spoiler alert, don't watch this because I'm going to talk about the end of this. I thought the kid was going, the young kid, again, I can't remember his name. He was going to become Michael Myers, I thought. And then when he did that, I'm like, what? What was that? I'm like, okay, he's not going to become Michael Myers. That would have been cool, because then you'd think, oh, well, there's going to be another one. But there's still going to be another one. Even though what happened, there's going to be another one. You know there is. So that's so if I ranked all of these, I would go Halloween 2, Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, H2O, this is a toss-up between Halloween 4, then Halloween Ends. That's close. Well, no, Michael Myers wasn't in Halloween 4. I'm going to go Halloween Ends. Well, no, Halloween 4 gets 3 cups, right? Okay, H2O, Halloween 4, Halloween Ends, Halloween Resurrection, Curse of Michael Myers, Halloween 6, the remake, wait a minute, the remake, okay, hold on a second. I'm going to do the remake Rob Zombie's remake of Halloween, and then Halloween 6. It's all a toss-up between these. And then I said Halloween 6, Resurrection. I did Resurrection. Did I get them all? Five, 3, Zombies, second one. That would be my all time. I'm going to put down the bottom on my coffee cups and how many they get, but that's my ranking because it's a toss-up, though, between, see, Halloween 4, then Halloween Ends. Okay, and, okay, H2O, Halloween 4, Halloween Ends, Halloween Remake by Zombie, Halloween Resurrection. That's close between those two. I don't know. Maybe I'll do Resurrection then. I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one for me. And then 5, 3, Zombies, Halloween 2. Okay, whatever. That's about my ranking. This is a long one. If anybody has any comments, comment below which ones you like the best. Comment below what you didn't like about some of them. Or what you did like about some of them. I look forward to all comments. All comments. I, again, was disappointed in this, as everybody knows. I still liked it. Still had Jamie Lee Curtis and the original Lindsay, and it had Allison. I think that they had the real opportunity to have a good showdown between Jamie Lee and Michael. I don't know why they didn't do it like that. I don't know. Anyway, cheers, everybody. Happy Halloween. I will see you next time. Got to figure out what I'm going to review next time, but I will figure something out. See you next time.